What do you think are your top transferable skills that you've taken from sport and that you're applying? Maybe first you can touch a bit on the kind of work that you've been involved in, evolving into where you are now, in your current role, but maybe touching on some of the transferable skills that you've learned through your sport and being just a student athlete and having to balance all of that, and how you've applied it in your role right now.
Yeah, definitely. So I'd say it's had an incredible impact. I use tactics I used on the tennis court still to this day, like at least once a week when I'm presenting and things like that. So yeah, just a bit about the work that I've been doing. So I started out doing this analytics and strategy role where I would work a lot with data from the company, whether it was from sales, marketing, end users. It was an education company that would sell courses, and it's the largest online high school in the US. And yeah, so we'll work a lot with the data to essentially see how we can improve the business, how we can drive growth, and then put together different strategy plans to help the VPs of each department build the business. So I was working on that, and I really loved it because of the impact I knew I was making in the education space, which is the field that I love the most. And then in between that, I did my master's, and I worked in a few other teaching roles in the classroom. And then now what I'm doing, so I'm my title is Education Innovation Manager, which is essentially I'm working on at Logitech, which is, you probably know it from the mice and keyboards and things like that. So I am working on helping them to build products for the education space. But the common thread, going back to your question, is definitely the mental resiliency and the ability to turn, beast mode on at any given point. So whether it's a big presentation or it's 7 p.m. and I suddenly have to do something else for the next day, or in my current role, we work a lot with Europe. So for example, every day this week I've had a meeting at 7 a.m., which it doesn't feel like anything because I was so used to waking up for weights at like 6. So, and then, if I have to do a presentation, I have full trust in myself that I have that side to myself where I can be super focused, calm any emotions and things like that. And I'd say also just professionalism. So having the amount that's ingrained in you during the 4 years is huge. If you kind of slip a bit, then there's 5 other guys or girls who are ready to take your spot in the lineup. For tennis, it's 6 people, and you usually have 11, 12 people in the team. So having that level of professionalism already ingrained in you. But I'd say ultimately, looking back on the 4 years, I know I have that within myself to do so much, whether it's work ethic or being super focused, all of those things. So the ultimate benefit for me is the trust I have in myself to figure things out and get things done.